What's up guys, it's Talon here, and in today's video we have another installment of me fighting professional players. But before I jump into the video guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, if you wish to support me in another way, use code Talon.fn in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, I'm back now with another installment of me fighting professional players, and if you saw the last series, I was actually pretty successful in most of my engagements. In this video, that is not the case, and there is a lot of improvement that can be learned fighting some of the best players in the world. Now for this particular engagement, we have this player, a very well-known player on NA East, and I'm going to show both POVs for this particular player. He has a whopping $41,240 earned, and as you see here on the screen who it is, it's going to see that it is going to be Elite Tahi we're fighting. Now I start off the fight well, and then everything just goes downhill. He's going to put me in the whoop-dee. Now, a little bit better aim, but I do get some pre-fight damage. Now, right here, I actually cone him off. Now, what I could have done here instead of editing, I actually time it right. As you see, he's trying to break with his pickaxe. But the thing that I don't do is place a wall, which I should have done because the single edit or the double edit is so predictable. And as you see that, boom, I'm going to get cracked for a significant amount of damage. Now I'm going to do a really poor job of kind of escaping. That tree is kind of scuffing me. Now my immediate reaction here should be cover my head, which I don't do. And he's going to take a significant amount of damage. And at this point, I'm just running for my life. Another mistake I make here. I actually don't know or remember if I didn't have hard mats here, but me not having hard mats, I get sprayed through. I'm trying to get these chug splashes off. Now, as you see here, I realize that that's Tahi's wall, and I try to place the ramp over, but it phases him through, and I get full piece 200 quick deaded. Now, let's take a look at his POV and how he recovered pretty much from getting beat early on in the fight and then just dominating throughout, and how he pressured me so well. Alright, now we have Tahi's POV, and again, already having 12 kills, fragging. This has only been going on for 13 minutes, so he's absolutely popping off. You're going to see me out in the open. I'm going to try and start the fight with some damage. I do a decent job of that. Hit him for a little bit of damage. Now, I get the high ground on him initially. I actually even cone him off here, right here. Now, the thing, he shoots through. And notice how I have a quick opportunity right here to get a shot off. I actually time it well. He's caught off guard here, but he recovers excellently. He gets a wall, full cones, pieces me, hits me super hard, 127, and then you can see the pressure. He catches me off with my mistake not covering my head right there. Good hip fire aim and tracking. This is when stingers were incredibly powerful, even more than they are now. And I get the cone down, and he takes advantage of me taking the chug splash that drops me through. And then he pieces the back walls, making sure he gets to me. He actually breaks through my initial ramp, and then this one he just phases through, and then full pieces, and then does a little bit dance, because I think he knew he kind of dominated me there, put me in the whoop-dee. So there's a lot to learn from my perspective, and he just did a good job of pressuring and piecing overall. But let's hop into the next professional player fight. Alright, next up we have another top NA East pro, and that is going to be Cold, who has an insane $63,575 earned. Now, this fight actually I felt like I played pretty well. I wasn't super good on Matt's 500, and we get into a little bit of a build fight. He hits a lot more significantly power shots, that's why he wins this fight, but at least unlike the Tahi fight, it was pretty competitive throughout. Now I'm just going to kind of play through the whole thing. And I did know early on that this was Cold, as you can see in the feed. If you look to the bottom left, 33 Cold shotgun someone, and that happened right next to me. So I knew that I was going to be fighting him. I wanted to kind of play slow, get a lot of chip damage, because I knew that obviously this player was significantly more skilled. He knew where I was though. I had came and third-partied this fight earlier. I had fried him off shield. Now I do a good job of not getting piece control here. I realize I'm not going to get top control, and I just need to have an escape route. I do that here. He actually full demi-domes me. Now no, fortunately you see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to spray through immediately as soon as I get demi-domed and place the ramp to get that through. That kind of blocks him off. Now my building isn't, I wouldn't say super effective. It doesn't really do anything. No piece control, just kind of, that's a big mistake. Now he hits a significantly hard shot. I go for what I feel like is the correct play to play at stinger range. He just beats the time, hits me for a little bit of damage. Now, I could have actually piece controlled him here, but one, I go to the left, making a left-hand peek, which is bad. But the other thing is I make a 3 tile, and then it breaks. So I could have actually had an opportunity to end the fight here. Come through. Now, I think that he's going to come through that way because I see the edit. So I get the piece controller. He actually goes back the other way, kind of gets me, and he easily gets high ground right there. That was a good move by him. I mean, obviously a significantly skilled player with the amount of earnings. Now, I actually do a smart play. Now, I realize, one, I'm low mats, and I need this fight to end super quick. And I know this is probably going to catch him off guard, and it does, but unfortunately, the crosshair placement is what costs me here. Now, you see here, I edit through, and now I think I only hit for, 24, and as he sprang through, it did catch him off guard. As you can see, he actually makes a pretty wide open edit. Now, he already had edited that wall, which I didn't know. Fortunately for me, that it didn't result. Now I'm out of mats, and I have to take a 50-50. And as you can see here, boom, 80 cracks, so only 104 damage. If I'd have better crosshair placement throughout, I might have a chance, and if I get a little bit more use of my piece control, but I felt like that fight was at least competitive. He ended up being, I think, 46 shield, as you'll see here, or 46 health. Purple, and he had 17 kills, so obviously frying out that match as well. Overall, I was pretty happy with that engagement as opposed to the Tahi one where I really didn't compete. This, I felt like at least I didn't get botted, I didn't get full piece. I at least cracked his shield overall, but unfortunately, I don't have his POV for this, and some of them I don't. Obviously, I came into replay with some of them later. Some I knew that was him, obviously, as you can see in the feed. But let's hop into the next pro. All right, next up, we have a controller demon from NA East who's already started this season off with a bang, winning the first Cash Cup, solo Cash Cup of Chapter 3 Season 2, and that is going to be TK. He's going to have a whopping $16,320 earned, and this fight, again, I was unfortunately a little overzealous, and unlike the last fight, my shots here are actually very good. I just full send, and that's going to be my mistake. Plus, this is duos, as you can see, so I actually get piece controlled either by his teammate or him. I can't remember which, but my setup is poor early. I decide not to take shots there. 28, they're end up going to pick him off right here. And so my teammate actually picks up that kill, so we actually unfortunately don't know who this is. I think they're weak. They've been starting a fight. Now, as you see here, I just kind of drop down, and I get this wall on him. Crack for 90. I get hit for a little bit as well. I don't know if that's TK or if it's other skin. I try right there to get the wall, and then I immediately turn my right to try and escape, but he's going to get it, unfortunately. Now, I'm going to crack this opponent as well. Now, he actually piece controls me now that I look, and then I'm going to hit him for 125, I believe, but it's just me full sending in, being super aggressive, especially in duos, and look at my teammate was far away. I didn't calm that I was pushing in, and so that's what cost me in this fight and get piece control, but my shots were competitive. Look, I'm going to hit a 125 max damage, near max damage, and then I'm going to end up getting eliminated. I don't know which one is TK. But as you can see, by the way, and then my opponent, they end up finishing off my duo who doesn't have the best mats. But not the best fight. Shots, just again, poor job of one, establishing piece control, and then just poor use of establishing escape routes, and then I essentially got myself pinched, and also not communicating with my teammate. We were on different wavelengths there. Overall, not a horrid engagement. At least I hit a couple shots, cracked a couple shields, but definitely could have been better if I had full send, if I had taken maybe a much slower place and played with my teammate. But let's hop into the next professional player. All right, next pro that we have is going to be a console demon, and I am aware that a lot of you may not know who this is, but this is going to be Type Shot, someone I've actually personally done a VOD review for, one of the best console players currently. He has earnings on both console and PC, but on console he has around $1,650 earned, as well as about 225 earned on PC. And this fight, really, there's not much to say other than the fact that I could have maybe protected myself, but let's take a look. This is actually going to be a third-party situation. And this is, again, pre-nerf Stinger, so this is when Stinger was incredibly strong last season with the heavy shotgun. As you can see there, there's Type Shots, I believe. I'm not sure. but I believe someone flies in. I can't tell if that's him. I get high ground early. Make sure I'm reloaded here. Yeah, he just flies perfectly into my box, and as you can see, it phases him up. Actually, I don't know if that's him. Nope, he just capitalizes on the opponent, actually. So that was him down below. That's the typical skin he usually wears. And this is unfortunate right there. Just from one, the guy padding perfectly in my box and him getting top, even though to me that literally initially when I first saw it looks like he's underneath the ramp. He actually phases up through. As you can see, I placed it and it puts him underneath. And then I'm in wood. I should have been hard. I actually did switch to hard. If you look at the bottom right of your screen, I've switched to wood right there, but then I just get stingered to death. From the third party, I should have gone away. And I died with a lot of... This is really, really just unfortunate getting flown upon. And again, just kind of my plastic play style coming to hurt me a little bit as someone just comes in third party just because I'm not finishing fights quick. But, I mean, this was a OP stinger. I don't think even if I matter if I built in metal or brick right there, it's still getting bled through. This is pre-nerf stinger. But, again, not a lot to go over. It just happens. It's Fortnite, but... There was still some mistakes. Maybe starting off fighting a brick would have maybe avoided that. Or just maybe simple awareness for the pad boxing up before that person gets to that point. But let's hop into the fifth and final pro. Alright, we have another top NA East pro. And this pro is actually someone I killed in the last installment of the series. This is going to be Mikey6. $43,459 earned, a significant amount. And unfortunately, this fight was the longest we had been fighting in moving zones in a 1v1 forever. Unfortunately, I didn't get my POV. Somehow I didn't get his POV. I think I lost it. I definitely went in replay and looked because I saw how many kills he had, a significant amount. And I always do that. If it's double-digit kills in anonymous, I go and check and see if that's a pro. We had been fighting forever. I had cracked his shield 3 times. It was a very good, long, drawn-out fight. As you can see, 1 HP for me, no builds, 1 HP in a dream. I have to hit the hit fire heavy shot, which you know doesn't happen very often. And I get cracked, and then you see anonymous 13. And unfortunately, I don't have anything else really to show you. But I'm going to get to that last fight, and look who it is. Mikey6, member of Team Nova, and someone that I eliminated in chapter 2 in my last series. He gets revenge here, and I'm telling you, there was a lot of things I could have done better in this fight. Unfortunately, couldn't show it, but I wanted to include in this video just to show, you know, Mikey got his revenge here. Well, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.